Hi everyone, welcome back. So in this lecture video, let's learn about look scheduling and see look scheduling. Now, this look scheduling and see look scheduling are variations of the scan scheduling and see scan scheduling. Just recall from my previous lecture that I told you that scan and see scan are the only two disk scheduling algorithms which will run till the end of the disk. That means it will go till 0 or it will go till 199. Okay, both scan and see scan will go till the ends of the disk, namely 0 or 199. So in the scan algorithm, just try to recall what happens in the scan scheduling algorithm. The disk arm will start from a particular position and it will move in a particular direction, and it will start servicing all the requests in that direction. And then if it has finished servicing all the requests, it will move to the end of the disk. Say for example, if the request is still 14 only, from 14 to 0 it moves till 0 and then reverses the direction of the head movement, and once again starts processing all the requests in its return trip. That is your scan scheduling algorithm. So if in the scan scheduling algorithm, if it doesn't go till 0 and it just stops at the last disk access request and then immediately reverses the direction of the head movement, and then if it processes all the requests in its return trip, then it becomes look scheduling. Okay. So you can see here that you will be able to understand it clearly when you look at this example. Okay. So here, so what is look scheduling? In look scheduling, so just let me tell you without comparing it with scan scheduling. In look scheduling, the disk arm starts from a particular position and starts moving at a particular direction. So it can move in any direction. It can move from 53 to 199, or it can move from 53 to 0. That is not a problem. In scan scheduling, if it starts moving from 53, it will move till 199. If it moves in this direction, it will start from 53 and the disk arm will move till 0. Okay, that is your scan scheduling. But in look scheduling, it will start from 53 and it will not go till the end of the disk. Because why in look scheduling we are not going till the end of the disk is because more commonly such types of algorithms are not implemented by going till the end of the disk. Okay, in common terms, the arm will go only as far as the final request in each direction. Okay, if request is there, the arm will move, otherwise the arm will not move unnecessarily towards the end of the disk. So just because in common practice it is not being implemented, we don't, in look scheduling and see look scheduling, we don't, the disk arm will not go till the end of the disk. Okay. So I'll tell you the difference once more. In scan scheduling, the disk arm will start from one position and it will go till 199. But in look scheduling, the disk arm will start from a particular position of the disk and it starts servicing all the requests in that direction. Okay. So from 53 to the direction of 199, the requests are 65, 67, 98, 122 and 124. Okay, so I would suggest that you also draw a line like this and mark down all the disk access requests with the cylinder numbers, and you can draw lines to clearly understand the position of the disk access. Okay, so from 53 it moves to 65 and then it moves to 67 and then it services 98 and then it services 122 and then 124 and then 183, and then in look scheduling it will not go to 199. Okay, immediately, since there are no more requests after 183, the disk arm will reverse the direction of the head movement and start servicing the requests in the opposite direction. Okay, it is very simple. Just start in one direction, move, just service all the requests in that direction. When the request is completed, just reverse the direction of the head movement and process the request in the opposite direction. So this is your look scheduling. So when you calculate the total number of head movement, you will get 65 minus 53 plus 67 minus 65 plus 98 minus 67 plus 122 minus 98 and so on. So when you add up all these things, you will be getting 299 cylinders. So this is all about look scheduling. So look, to conclude, look is just nothing but just a variation of scan scheduling. In scan scheduling, disk arm will start from a particular position and it will, in the direction, it will start servicing all the requests and it will go till the end of the disk. End means it will go till 199 or it may go till 0. But then in look scheduling, since practically it is not implemented, like going to the end of the disk is not done. So in look scheduling also, it will, if there is no disk access request, it will not go till the end of the disk. It will immediately reverse the direction of the head movement and starts processing the request in the opposite direction. So that is about look scheduling. The next type of scheduling is your C-look scheduling. Now your C-look scheduling is a variation of the C-scan scheduling. Okay. So just to recall what happens in C-scan scheduling. In C-scan scheduling, the point which you have to remember is it will not service the request in the return trip. Okay. In C-scan scheduling, it just starts normally like your, in C-look scheduling also, it starts normally like your C-scan. So it starts from a particular position and starts servicing all the disk access requests in that direction. Okay. So from 53, now the disk arm is moving towards 199. So it starts moving towards the direction of 199 and processes all the requests in that direction. If it was C-scan scheduling, it would move till 199. Okay. So, but in C-look scheduling, it will not move till 199. It will move only till the end of the last disk access request. And then it reverses the direction of the head movement. Once it reverses the direction of the head movement, in C-scan scheduling, it will not process any requests in its return trip. Similarly, in C-look scheduling also, it will not process any requests in its return trip. What do I mean by return trip? Coming from this end to this end. That is, the disk arm is moving from this end where the cylinder, where you have the 183 to the cylinder number 14. This is called as a return trip for the disk arm. When it returns, because it has to come here to process 14, to process access for cylinder number 14. So to process that, it comes here. Remember that if it was C-scan, it would go till 0. But in C-look, it will go till the last request, and then it will go till the opposite end of the last request. It reaches 14 and then it services 37. Okay. So when you do that, you will be getting, when you calculate, you have 65 minus 53 and then 67 minus 65 and then 98 minus 67. So 65 minus 53 is 12, 67 minus 65 is 2. So when you add up all those things, you will be getting 322 cylinders. So that is all about the C-look scheduling. So to conclude, so if you have to analyze which disk scheduling algorithm is best, when you consider the shortest seek time first algorithm, it is common and it has a natural appeal. What do I mean by that is, it is definitely having a good performance compared to first come first serve scheduling, because there we saw that the total head movement required was 640 cylinders. But then here the total head movement required was less in SSTF. So it is having good performance compared to FCFS. But then scan and C-scan algorithms are suitable when there is a heavy load on the disk. Okay, when large number of disk access requests come for the disk, then scan and C-scan algorithm is best because it doesn't provide for any starvation. But another thing is, which algorithm is suitable, which scheduling algorithm is suitable is also dependent on the file allocation method. So if a program is reading a contiguously allocated file, it is going to generate disk access requests which are very close to each other. So because of that, the head movement is going to be less. But then if the program is going to trying to read a linked allocation file or an indexed allocation file, then it has to look for blocks which are widely scattered on the disk. And so there will be a lot of head movement. So because of this, it is dependent on all these features. And so dependent on the situation, the particular algorithm has to be selected. So that is all about look and the C-look scheduling algorithms. Thank you.